All right. Recording has begun. I need my notes. As you enter the studio, you'll see Olaf seated behind his desk, sipping from his normal cup. He's wearing a dark sleeve shirt. I almost said sheet. Jesus Christ. He's wearing a dark long sleeve shirt and over that a teal sweater vest with a collar low enough that the collar of his shirt does that whole overlappy thing. And on the collar, of course, is the pin sporting the Davion Golden Suns team logo. And he'll motion for you to take a seat with one hand, finishes whatever he's drinking, and then the production team will come in and do the whole, I don't know, what is it, 5, 4,
Yeah, the
and then the
countdown.
silent part, and then he starts with his little spiel. Let me get all that out. All right. And we're back, Mech fans. Our final match of the week is about to get underway in just a moment, and what a week this has been. Personally, I can't wait to see how this last match plays out so I can see how the standings look after all is said and done for this week. But first, a few words I am contractually obligated to say each and every week, several times in fact. Brought to you by the fine people at Donegal Media Group, the Solaris Broadcasting Company, and of course the Krieg Dominion Media. I am Olaf Krieg, and this is the Triple Press, bringing all the great mech-on-mech action, interviews, and documentaries shedding light into this wonderful world ever since 3022. Our final match of the week features the home team, the Remoran Opposition, a team that has thus far been struggling. They looked good coming out of the gate in Week 1, but in Week 2 they were defeated by the Canopian Honeybees, and last week absolutely wrecked by the Merrick Industrialists during the Grasshopper round. So far, it hasn't been looking good for the opposition this year, but as we move into the middle phase of the regular season, the opposition is still standing tall and in fighting trim, so anything can happen between now and the start of the playoffs. Facing off against the opposition is the Davion Golden Suns, two-time Trinity Cup champions, currently undefeated, though arguably that is on a technicality, and one of the only teams in the league to not have suffered a single loss at all. They destroyed the Rock City Wolverines in Week 1, fought hard but to a bitter standstill against the Industrialists in Week 2, and then obliterated the Spirits last week during the Grasshopper round. And joining me here now is Countess Skylar Hawken-Davion, owner-manager of the Suns, sitting down with me to talk some shop. Countess, how are you this evening?
Olaf, it's always good to be here, and it's always good to speak to one of my dearest fans of the Golden Suns.
Indeed. Now, last week, the Spirits. The week before that, a brutal slugging fight that ended in a draw, and before that, an impressive win against the expansion team, the Wolverines. Tonight, I know we all know the answer. You'll promise us a win, but I'm going to ask anyway. Are the opposition a team worthy of their mascot, or will you simply roll right over them as you have other teams in the past?
Well, we've faced this team before, and I don't want to say that a win is a sure thing. You never know what's going to happen out there, but I think this will be a good test for our team and be able to get some additional experience before we meet up with some of the shall we say some of the contenders towards the end of the season, such as the Dragonborn that we'll have to put in their place towards the end. But yeah, I think we have a strong chance tonight, but you never know how things will shake out.
Indeed, indeed. And we know we have, I don't want to say a fierce rivalry, because I think if there were a fierce rivalry for the Golden Suns, it would have been against the Merricks, and you faced them in Week 2, and they certainly gave you a hell of a time to come out of that match unscathed. In fact, as I recall, they completely destroyed your Atlas. Of course, you've got the money to replace it, and you have, which ironically leads me into my next question. I must say, in your time here on Solaris, you've proven, at the very least, to be an adequate manager. Truthfully, it's very easy to argue that you're more than just adequate, given your 2 Trinity Cup championship wins and your impressive results even in the years you didn't win the Cup. We have had some interesting write-ins, however, attacking your character, and if you don't mind, I'd like to read just a couple of the tamer comments we've received, and then, if you like, you can respond to those comments. Firstly, Spoiled Heiress Syndrome. Spends daddy's money as though there's no limit. That from Jason at Mall World. Bryson at the Running Fox Country Club, right there in your own Black Hills sector of Solaris City, he writes in, attractive, sure, she'd look good on anyone's arm, but after 2 martinis or glasses of wine, she is an absolute shit show, a wreck of the Davion line. And then lastly, Goofy Name Goes Here. I'm going to give this guy that one. Goofy Name Goes Here is a funny username. I digress. Writes on the bulletin board, Mech Jocks and Foxholes, The only reason her team is doing well is because of the depth of Davian Pockets, her name, and the fact that someone before her managed to assemble some half-decent pilots that are motivated to perform well and have actually been doing well for themselves in the arena. Now, Skylar, I realize that might have been a bit of a character blash right there, but do you have anything to say for yourself in response to those statements, or perhaps merely a statement of your own?
Well, when you're on the top, everyone always wants to, try to bring you down a notch. But as we've said, we're out there on the field and we have yet to meet a team to bring us down. Words are just words. And she's saying this as she's swishing around,
Of course.
probably a
Yeah.
PPC,
Yeah.
the whatever
Words are words. My
whatever
pencil's not
the in
showing up
vogue
very well.
drink is for her. Yeah, that's trendy or whatever. Probably a PPC or something. She's swishing it around. But I just like to celebrate the success of my team. And sure, we have money, but that's money that we've earned on the backs of our capitalist interests, and we've more than earned that wealth that we pour into the team. And it's just haters are just gonna hate.
That's that might be true. Haters are gonna hate, and it's easy to hate the ones on top. At least we can understand your perspective. Now, lastly, next week your team will be facing the Torian Nationals. Now, just earlier today, we saw that the Nationals seem to have turned themselves around quite unexpectedly. What with their wins both last week and just earlier tonight. Do you think this turnaround is a fluke, or do you think there's something to watch here? On one hand, the Nationals have historically been the butt end of numerous poorly written jokes, but also last year they did make the playoffs, and if they continue this way through the rest of the year, they could easily make the top six.
Well, I mean, this is the Nationals we're talking about. Well, and applause to being able to turn the team around from some of the lowest depths that any of these teams have experienced before. And as you said, they made the playoffs, but I again, it's the Torian team. Are we really considering them contenders? I
That's
mean,
me laughing, not Olaf. Olaf is of course immersed in whatever you're saying.
they'll obviously have to, beat the best if they want to be, more than the rest.
Beat the
So we'll
best
see.
in order to be more than the rest. Okay, all right, Skyler, we see where you're going with that. All right, and there you go, Mech fans. I'm being told now that the final match of the week is literally about to start any second. So let's move on down to the remote cameras and the overhead blimp for a bird's eye view. And don't forget, coming up within the next, 48 hours at this point, we will have our weekly recap show going live right here at the Krieg Dominion Media. Let me go ahead and switch it over to the other screen.
And before the camera cuts out, Skylar is probably motioning for a refill.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. That's what you do.
Got to get settled in before the match.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, I need to hold on. My computer is getting slightly challenging at the moment. So no, I don't want to do that. Just a second, because it's not giving me... All right, screw it. I can figure it out. All right, our first step would normally be experience points. I've already done the free experience point that every pilot in tech gets for both teams. Already did that prior to the startup. So our next step is to resolve the midweek events. And for your team, you chose training and recruiting. And of course, gathering intelligence.
I've lost a few big, technicians and pilots. So
I think
gotta backfill those spots. Got to hit the monster boards here, or whatever the Solaris equivalent is.
On that note, yeah. So the mech, what is it? Mech Jocks and Foxholes. I don't remember if I got the name right, but that was a name that I had used for a 3060 based campaign for a group I did here in Discord. Darius was part of that group, in fact. On Solaris, in fact, and they at the time in 3060 they were actually publishing magazines and doing I guess you could say the 3060 equivalent of a podcast. But yeah, whatever the local equivalent for leaderboards and stuff like that. Go ahead and give me a 2d6 roll for your training.
All right.
And you rolled a 6, which is no result, unfortunate.
Yeah.
and then a 2d6 recruiting roll, but you also have a +2 on this one.
Okay.
There's a 7
It's
with a
9
total of +9. Where is the recruiting table? There it is, right there. So on a 9, you receive. Hold on 1 second. Oh, you get a pilot. Okay. I had to read through it because the way I have it phrased. So go ahead and roll 1d6 for me real quick.
Yep.
A 5. You have received a regular pilot. So let me go ahead and add him in on your pilot roster. That we need to add a regular pilot. That is going to be a tier 1 pilot. Give me just a second here. And then I will change the name on this person short after the match. Recruited pilot. Regular is going to be 4, 5, 2 edge. No tactics. And if you would be so kind as to give me another 1d6 for experience points.
All right.
They will start the series with 4 experience points. Tier 1, ready, and week 5. Okay. Oh yeah, you lost Suzuki. That was a big loss. Holy shit. Yeah, that's rough.
Yep, that was one of my top 3
Yeah,
pilots.
yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Okay, the opposition have chosen to do marketing, so I'm going to roll 2d6 for them real quick. They have no additional modifiers, and they're not going to get jack or shit this week for marketing. Wah, wah, wah. All right, I need a 2d6 roll from you for your gather intelligence.
All right.
And you rolled a 7, which gives pilots and skill levels. The opposition this week will be fielding the following individuals.
Okay.
2 elite pilots. One of them is 2-3, the other one is 3-2. Okay. And then a veteran pilot. They all have only 2 edge and 0 tactics. Based on that information, is there any changes you would like to make to your lineup before I do the big reveal?
Nope. I think I'll just go ahead and stick with the same lineup.
It's a safe bet, to be honest. All right, let me go ahead and load up your team and then give you your players. And then if you would, take a moment to review the individuals you've selected for this evening. Make sure they have all the correct stats. I'm going to make sure I check the map because I always forget until this point. And sometimes even have to be reminded.
Yeah, I gotta double check the because I have different pilots now. So
yep, you got Susarla and Preetha, which are 2 of your original 3, and then you have Hernandez, who has made a few appearances even this season. Yep. But yeah, please.
Yeah, but once Suzuki had leveled up, then I started using her.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah.
Suzuki is gone. Kayleen Suzuki. Yeah. I believe that was her first name, was Kayleen or Carleen or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, everything looks good.
All right, I'm double checking a couple things really quick. We're good. All right, so the opposition is the home team, so I will be choosing the south side of the map, which will put you on the north side. Go ahead and do that and click done once you are satisfied that all conditions are appropriate.
Yep, I think everything looks good.
You do have approximately 1,700, no, that's probably closer to 1,600 battle value advantage, as well as 15 tons.
Yep.
And a lot of numbers in C-bills. But all right, and here we go. We are off on our final match of week 4. I have the better end of initiative, but it does not matter. We've got a bunch of open terrain. Holy cow. Wow. That is impressive for, well, one team and possibly not the other.
It can be a big slugfest here.
It could be. It could be. All right. Let me see. Okay. We didn't even really talk about what the opposition is bringing, but the opposition bringing the 3 PPC Awesome, the Phoenix Hawk 1, and the Firestarter H, FS9H. So, smaller maneuver and big guns on my team, and of course your team has the Atlas, the Hunchback, and the Jenner lineup that you traditionally have gone with.
Yep.
God, it's like I haven't recorded a match in like over a week, so I've almost forgotten how to do all these things, But we remember after a while. After a while, takes a little while to get there. Okay, I think that's where I'm gonna go for now. And this guy will come down here. So the one cool thing I just noticed about this team is they are both of my little guys are 6'9", which means they could stay together. Oh, look at that. You get the Hunchback moving last, but I have all my team moving after your Atlas and Jenner.
Yep. Jenner's got to move first. And it's so weird now because I only have one pilot that actually has tactics anymore.
Yeah, but that +2 for who's that? For Pritha, that can make a bit of a difference.
Oh yeah, yep.
Even if Pritha is in only a Hunchback. That particular Hunchback is nasty if you let him get in close.
Oh yeah.
That's the problem, is when they get within 9 hexes. Especially with her gunnery of 2/2. But of course, after this week, everything changes because every freaking pilot in tech is going to be leveling up some way.
Yep.
Well, good luck, my friend. I look forward to cremating you. Hunchback is going to be such a fucking problem. At this point, we're just going to hope for the trope of the Atlas both missing the AC-20 and falling over and having to get back up every single round.
I was going to say that this map is actually very similar to, gosh, I forgot what team I was playing against, but it's very similar to a map where there's this large hill on the left-hand side, and I started at the northern end with my Atlas, and that was I think it was from the first season that we did. What was that?
I couldn't
30,
tell you that. The first season was 30-22, yeah.
Yeah, 22.
But I couldn't tell you anything about the individual fights other than at this point,
I just remember it because of this like high ground that was on the left, and my Atlas, I remember it because my Atlas fell down like 4 times in that match.
Yeah, I remember that. Well, I mean, I remember your Atlas falling down. I also remember easily enough the gist of the last team standing match. Mostly because, it was literally 8 teams on the board at once, and whichever team had the last player standing won the match. And God, what a match that was! And your team being not to poke fun of you, mind you, but your team literally getting double teamed and dropped out pretty fast. I believe I think the opposition was dropped out pretty fast right with you. Now that I think about it, if it wasn't the opposition, it was the debutantes. There was your team and another one that got dropped in basically the same round.
Yep. Yeah, and I kind of made a tactical error because I, tried to go after one of the NPC teams in that match, but left myself
wide open
for you to come in on the flank. I thought you were going to go the other way, and yeah, you didn't.
No, I did the smart thing. Go after the player team.
The player first, yep.
All right. Oh, look at that. The Atlas takes all three of them. That's impressive. All 3 of them to the same location.
Yep.
I mean, it still basically just burns his armor. Hunchback also taking a hit or 2. Oh, my Awesome is taking a couple of SRMs from your Jenner, though.
Yeah.
All right, what else we got here? Awesome taking some more hits from the LRM-20. Firestarter takes a couple hits from your Hunchback. That Hunchback by itself is going to shred my whole flank. I'm pretty sure it can do that if it doesn't get overpowered.
Yeah.
All right, heat is manageable across the board. Moving into the second round, we have a fair, even spread of initiative, although you have a slight advantage. We also have a tie in battle value percentage remaining at 97.05. That is... Wow. I don't know what else to call that.
Yeah. That's really interesting considering that you hit me with three PPCs. It must have evened out with the missiles that I fired, but
Yeah, yeah. What do I want to do here? I was hoping to
Awesome has
get.
to go first, I think.
It does, and I'm trying. I wanted to get to one of these like these ridges over here on the left and try to use them as uh what's the word, partial cover. But
Yeah.
it looks like anywhere I go at this point, your Jenner could just swoop in and kick me in the face. Now, getting kicked by a Jenner is nothing like getting kicked by an Atlas. Not to put too much of a maddenism on this, but it's still a kick to the face that I don't want to deal with.
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll do that instead. And then wait for the Jenner to inevitably try to take my back.
Mech Warrior Online.
Yep, I didn't see that one coming.
At least you have no juicy ammo bins to.
I mean, I still. The funny part is, and I kind of chuckle every time I see this. Your non-ammo carrying mech has generated so much heat it must roll a heat shutdown or a ammo explosion roll. I'm like, oh no.
Yep.
All right, I gotta do some math here. How far can your?
But that's the thing. Even though you don't have ammo bins, it only, especially for an awesome that tends to run hot with those three PPCs, it only takes like a couple of heat sinks taken out, or, a engine hit especially that'll just really limit its firepower.
Oh yeah,
It rides that heat edge so much that there's very little room for.
Not a lot of room for error when it
Yeah.
comes to all that.
Oh, interesting move. Breaking off to re-engage on the.
No, I'm just anticipating how far in that particular direction your hunchback can go. I don't know if I should have told you that. I gotta give myself as much of an advantage as humanly possible here. Let's see. Oh, that's awesome. No pun intended. That your Atlas is now within minimum range of my awesome.
Yeah.
Right on hex number 3. Oops. I'm over here hitting the twist button instead of fire. I'm like, why is it not doing anything? And then.
Oh boy, a 4 to hit on the AC-20.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's usually how your AC-20 misses begin.
Yeah. It misses more than it hits.
Yeah. That's the problem you run
Even
into.
at close range. Yeah. I might even do, it's not even like a long shot or anything. It still misses. With my best pilot.
Yep. I feel like with that first round of fire being so much like contact instead of just being the whole like missing at long range bullshit that you often see in the first round. I think this is going to be an explosive match. Let's see. Awesome taking a bunch of hits. Looks like all 4 medium lasers hit. One gets re-rolled for edge, and then 1 out of 4 missiles hit. Nothing penetrating armor. 2 out of 3 PPCs smacking the awesome on the right torso and right leg. Phoenix Hawk hits your hunchback with a medium laser. Well, hunchback's already been marked. Atlas now hits with medium laser. 4 out of 6 missiles, and the AC-20 hits, destroying an arm. That's... Oh, I'm calling bullshit on that. Awesome is now at heavy damage.
Actually, doesn't it have one of the PPCs in the right arm?
I'm pretty sure it does.
Actually, I think it does. I'm pretty sure it does. It's the right arm with the PPC, and the left arm is the cudgel saw.
Firestarter gets a couple of good hits in on the hunchback, including one that gets re-rolled. No edge remaining for the hunchback. And the hunchback takes out some internal structure on the Firestarter. That's Another mech taking some big hits. Awesome is still standing. Firestarter and the Atlas are all still standing.
Ooh, yeah, you see that though with the Atlas. Needs a 3, rolls a 4.
Yep. Yeah.
Actually, they're all like that. The
Yeah. 5 and 6.
Firestarter 5 and 6, and the Awesome is a little bit better.
Yeah. See that. Yeah. This is definitely going to what's the word I'm looking for here? Denigrate into a brawl.
Yeah.
/ plenty of explosions. That Awesome is already at heavy damage for losing that right arm.
Yeah. Yeah, one shot and just took that that arm right out.
Yeah, I didn't think it had so little armor on the arm. It must have taken a couple of hits in the previous round that I didn't notice. Oh, what are we looking at here? Right leg destroyed on the Firestarter, followed up with an engine hit on the Firestarter. And the pilot takes a hit for themselves. The Firestarter is crippled. That is, as we like to call it, no fucking bueno, bro. Calm down.
Yeah.
12 heat on the Awesome, but that's not unusual. 9, unfortunately, on the Firestarter, and 8.
Actually, with a
Jenner.
PPC missing, he probably won't have to worry about heat too much on the
No,
Awesome.
I think he can safely fire 2 PPCs every single round until he takes an engine hit. You've got the better end of initiative again. Pritha and her knowledge of tactics, putting her at the top, i.e. last. And we have a big drop in battle value now, 78 to 93, favoring the Golden Suns.
Yep.
One crippled,
Jenner's
one heavy.
Move first.
But
no, I was just gonna say my Jenner's got a first. Yeah.
How ironic.
Hmm. Atlas can't move, or the Awesome, I mean, can't move too far. So let's just back it up a little bit.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Jesus Christ. What the fuck am I gonna do with this goddamn P-Hawk? Yeah, this will probably get him killed, but whatever.
Get him killed or the Jenner killed?
I mean, at this point, it's a solid. Like, you could literally toss a coin and call it in the air and see what happens, because either the Phoenix Hawk is going to die or that Jenner's going to get fucked up. But only a little bit, of course, because I jumped 6 fucking hexes.
Yeah.
Unless I want to blow out my heat, because fuck it, why not at this point? Alright, let's see. What are we looking at here? That's actually the one I want. Ooh, yep, no. The Firestarter is going to withdraw, or rather eject, in lieu of withdrawing, which will give your Hunchback pilot a kill.
Yeah.
If that gets another one. And that sets me back considerably. And I think my Awesome is going to stay right where he is. The Awesome will move by not moving. Yep, none of that matters. The pilot's fine.
Yep.
Right. Yep, there was definitely a PPC in that right arm. Just FYI, in case you were curious. Wow. Okay. Guess that's what we're going to do then.
Now I got a 3 to hit on the AC-20.
Yeah, well, I needed what was it, a 4 to hit the Atlas, but or a 5 to hit the Atlas, and a 4 to hit the Hunchback, so... Taking my chances here. This is not going to go well for the opposition. I'm just going to fight as hard as I can while I can. I don't want to give you points, but I think it's either that or I start moving off the board and technically have to award you points. So at this point, I'm just like hoping that something big happens. I drop below 75% without losing a mech. Oh, look at that. Oh, wow. Jenner, internal damage, and then a critical slot for the Jenner. Taking the Jenner up to heavy damage. Awesome. Takes a bunch of shit. Oh, look at that. Hunchback. Internal structure. Or, excuse me, I'm sorry. Critical slots on the Hunchback. Taking it up to heavy damage as well. Too bad we're not awarding points for the amount of damage done to a mech.
Awesome. Not my heat sink.
Yeah. I know.
The Hunchback might be running hot for the first time in, what, 3 seasons?
Oh, look at that. The left arm on the Awesome is gone now. Jesus Christ.
Geez.
Oh, and a gyro for the Awesome. That's a crippled mech. God damn it.
Yeah, that's basically
And he fell over.
And it fell down.
And the pilot.
He's not getting up again.
He's going to have a hell of a time. What is a gyro? +4? That's a 7 to stand up without any other additional considerations. God damn it.
That was big.
That was a big one. Your AC-20s finally got zeroed in, I think.
Yeah. This whole time they were just miscalibrated.
That's what it is, yeah. The golden bullet theory from Solaris Knights.
Yeah.
Oh, 5 internal structure remaining on the right leg for the Phoenix Hawk. Oh, we've already got them all marked up, but nothing new there. Phoenix Hawk takes... Oh, I got to mark the Phoenix Hawk. He hasn't taken damage until just now. All right, what are we looking at? We still got to fight, barely. 10 heat on the Awesome that can't stand anymore. Well, he can stand. It's just whether or not he will. And once again, the initiative is favoring you. Starting... Ooh, pardon. My unconscious pilot moves first. I'm going to try to stand this fucker up. I doubt he's going to get up, though.
The Atlas will move by not moving.
Well, I mean, he's in a pretty good safe spot to not do anything, so... I don't know if my Awesome can actually get up. Excuse me. Well, it's letting me get up, and I can turn, so there's that. I need a 6. It's a +3 for a damage gyro.
Yeah, he got it.
Yeah, he did. I mean, I got to do something here.
Yeah. I hear you.
I mean, I'm not expecting any miraculous turns of play, but I got to give something of a fight until I lose. I know technically I should probably surrender that Awesome, but he could still fight if he could stay standing. Phoenix Hawk has still got all kinds of mobility options, but he won't after one solid round of taking hits. It's pretty much a foregone conclusion at this point, clearly, that the heiress who spends daddy's money wantonly, I don't know if that's really the right word, use of that word, but all right, this may be the final round. See what happens here in a moment, because I'm pretty sure... I'm not even going to crunch the math. I can tell you safely. That Awesome goes down, it's game over. The battle value drop will be enough to end the match. Alright. Ooh, Atlas took a PPC to the face and got it re-rolled to the right torso. That's impressive. Right arm takes the other second one. The Atlas hits the Phoenix Hawk. Phoenix Hawk gets torn up a bit. Hunchback, take a bunch of shots to the backside. Nothing goes through, unfortunately.
That AC-20 hit the Phoenix Hawk center torso. 1 armor remaining.
Did I miss that with the Atlas? Oh, I didn't because I wasn't reading. I was looking for color changes in the text.
Yeah.
Atlas, mediums, SRM. Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. No, you're not wrong there. 20 damage to the center torso. The Phoenix Hawk was like, "Bitch, please." Man, that fucking hurt. Don't tell nobody.
Yeah, that awesome is definitely done. It went down again, and it took a critical on a
Yeah,
PPC.
lost the other
So
PPC. The pilot is okay. Seatbelt check saved. But
it's hilarious that it fell down. I wonder how this is going to work because I DFA'd it.
oh, did you really? No,
Yeah.
I think the DFA will still hit. In fact, you may even get a modifier to reflect that. Um, in fact, it'll probably still push it off the hex, which means it'll probably take fall damage.
Oh, I saw something happen.
Oh,
Oh my god.
oh. Okay, let's roll through this real simple. Like, Phoenix Hawk kicks the Hunchback in the right leg, 2 armor remaining. Punching on the Phoenix Hawk misses. Jenner hits with the DFA, and then the Awesome is displaced, as I said, takes 7 damage. I think it takes 7 damage because it got displaced 1 level, or something like that. And then because the damage has to be given to... Nope, that's 7 damage to the Jenner. It loses its foot and hip actuators. That's going to be fucking big, by the way. Those suck when you lose those. And then the Jenner has to make some PSRs to remain standing. Falls over. Pilot takes 1 point of damage and loses, not the pilot, but the mech, loses its left arm.
Yep.
Left leg is down 2 critical slots and down to 7 internal structure. I don't think it's going to matter. Never mind. We have somehow we have another round. And a displaced fucking Awesome.
Yeah.
My pilot is moving last. That's the only thing. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. What are we looking
What's
at here?
the cap for the battle value?
Destroy 75% of your opponents. Basically knock them down to 25.
Okay. Yeah, because the
46.
Atlas, or sorry, the Awesome is still technically in the fight. It's still
It's got 1 PPC. And listen, that small laser is nothing to laugh at. Okay, yes it is, but
I love how both both of our mechs are prone. I'm in the spot where you used to on the hill.
That, I mean, not for nothing. That was a good use of a DFA. It just didn't work very well for you. Your own mech got fucked up.
That's a Jenner.
I know, that's the one thing, is you've got like 50 tons minimum between the 2 mechs. The Awesome is like an 80 or 85. The Jenner is a 35, so about 50-ton difference there. Oh man, what am I gonna do? Can I do anything? I can get up. I don't.
Can you get up with the?
I can get up. I mean, this is letting me get up and I can turn and shit. But man, I got fuck all for options. I need a 6.
That's amazing. With
I
the
need
foot
a
and hip
6.
actuator. Oh, got it.
No,
Looks
that
like...
foot and hip actuator was you, my friend.
Oh, it was me? Oh, I thought that was
the Jenner that took that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was the Jenner that took that.
Well, that being the Jenner, it actually did manage to stand up too. I think it actually only needed a 3 in order to stand up. So
I think the foot and hip may not have much to do with standing up as they do with mobility. Like if you try, like I know the hip, if you try to run, you could fall over.
Yeah.
Or jump, you could fall over. I don't know. I'm at this point. I'm really grasping for straws, so we'll see how this round goes. I got to show the opposition is actually actively trying to win. So. Never mind the fact that they are actually quite a bit losing. Let me see. Jenner needs to stand up. So you got a +2 from the hip actuator. -2 with a careful stand.
Yeah, so, that's what I did.
Yeah. 1 PPC.
Actually, I think he might be able to kick the Phoenix Hawk in the face here.
We'll see. See how that works out. Excuse me, one PPC Vasily, one PPC only. Ooh, excuse me. All right, what are we looking at? The PPC hits the right torso. Oh, you take. So originally it hits the left leg, but there was a critical re-rolled with edge, of which you now have one remaining. So it gets re-rolled to the right torso, leaving you with 2 armor. And the small laser hits the center torso and just basically tickles you.
Yeah.
Let's see. Phoenix Hawk is losing. Fuck, get back here. Let's see. Phoenix Hawk is losing internal and 2 criticals. That bumps the Phoenix Hawk up to heavy damage. See. Oh no, there was a head hit on the Phoenix Hawk, but it gets re-rolled. And there goes the Awesome's final PPC, effectively crippling. Well, it's already crippled anyway.
Still got that small laser.
Well, yeah, but I now have to basically take that mech out. Its firepower is. I don't even know if there's an appropriate word for this. There's the Awesome's firepower has effectively been 100%. Well, okay, 98% neutralized.
Yeah, destroyed the right torso and transferred to the center torso too with the AC-20. So,
and down goes the fucking. Oh, the Awesome is out anyway. It is destroyed. It falls over and blows out its own gyro. That's the second hit.
Oh, yep.
Who hit the Awesome last? You sons of bitches. That would be the Jenner, I think. Nope.
Actually, I think it's the Awesome with the AC-20.
Yeah, the Atlas did it.
Or I'm sorry, the Atlas hit the Awesome with the AC-20. Yeah.
Yep. So he gets that kill. That's going to end the match after the round. Phoenix Hawk is still standing. And hits with a DFA. Doing 14 points of damage to the punch table on the Jenner. Taking some internal structures, slots. But it's already up to heavy because it's taking some critical slots. And a few points to the Phoenix Hawk. And the Phoenix Hawk is currently, I believe, the king of the hill. Not that it matters. We're done. And you win.
Yeah.
I tried, man. I fucking tried to get at least 1 point on the board, other than the fucking loss that I get here. All right, so
that fire starter going out early was
that was really
big.
Yeah, that really. I mean, the thing is, like, the fire starter's a half decent little brawly mech. It's kind of like your scrappy cousin that wants to go everywhere with you, but it's good in a fight until he gets hit. I don't know if that really made any sense or not. But... All right, opposition gets 1 victory point for losing. Golden Suns get 3 for winning. Let's do the fan modifier stuff. So let me pull up the rules. Fans are on page 11 in my rules. And that will be for you, sir. Get to the right page here. Fans. +1 for winning. You have now a 1 win streak. This is actually a 2 win streak at this point. Excuse me. Let's see. +1 for winning. +1 for your streak. Did any mech... Was a mech killed by... I don't think we had any mechs killed by melee. Was there?
No.
Okay. So, 2d6 +2 for me, please. Well, obviously, I'll add the 2.
Yep.
Total, wow, 13 is your grand total there. That's impressive. That is going to give you an additional +4 fans. And then you have +2 wealth for winning. Okay. Let's see. For the opposition, they are going to have a 2d6, -1 for losing, and they are now on a 3-loss streak, so that's an additional -1 for a total of -2. 1 or lower is -5 fans. That is actually going to wipe out all of their fans, but the absolute minimum 1 they're supposed to have. So they are losing 2 fans effectively. Next up, we do. Oh, I forgot to add up the victory points, dumbass. I knew I was skipping a step. I knew something didn't feel right. All right, we have an awesome defeated. That is 4 points. We have a light mech defeated +1 for a grand total of 8 victory points for the Golden Suns. 1 victory point, unfortunately, for the other guys.
The opposition.
Yeah, the opposition. Ironically, the opposition. You'd think I remember this. I even made that joke in the opening bit there. Let's see. Fans, we just did that. Wealth. 8 + 1 is 9, so +19 wealth for match earnings and +2 for your bonus or whatever the hell it is. +9 wealth for the opposition. So now I gotta go ahead and add some numbers into the sheets of spreads. Starting with Golden Suns, now at 3 wins, 0 losses, and 1 draw, earning, whoops, Control Z, there we go. You were at 29 cumulative victory points, adding 8 puts you at 37. I believe, don't quote me on this, this is not official, I believe that puts you in 2nd place. I might be wrong on that. We'll find out when we get to the recap video. Not tomorrow, because I have another stream to do, but on Thursday. You gained 4 fans. You had 25. That takes you up to 29. And you now have a +3 modifier on your super secret squirrely roll. Match earnings for week 4. 19. And I wrote those numbers on the wrong goddamn side of my notes. This is supposed to be +9 wealth. Or, yeah, 9 wealth. This is +19 wealth. I don't know. I think I got used to the Golden Suns being the home team. So I'm putting them on the wrong part of the sheet. 20 wealth from all your fans. You should be thankful. And then you get 2 additional wealth for your sponsorship for winning. And then we go to the opposition. Starting on their general info tab, they are now 1 win and 3 losses, giving them a cumulative victory point total of 8. That's retardedly low. And they lost all their fan base except for their one obligatory they must have fans. I don't know.
The one who's required to be there.
Yeah, the one, yeah, it's like the cousin of the owner. Let me see. What am I adding here? Match earnings is 9. I think they get they get 1 from their fan base. Jesus Christ, man. And watch, they're gonna somehow magically roll a really high number for their draft.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm too easily amused. Okay, speaking of drafts, that is the next step. So go back to, yep, it is a draft. That is on page, no, it's 14. All right, let's look at first our modifiers, because you now have, no, you only have a 2-win streak right this moment. So you have a 2d6 +1 roll to make, please.
Sky would argue that it's a 4-win streak.
You know, she can argue whatever the fuck she wants. It's not the official answer. Final total is 8, which means you just barely squeeze by. Nobody wants to draft the rich girls fucking team players. Opposition is going to roll 2d6, and they have now a -1 for losing and an additional -2 because they are now on a 3+ losing streak for a total of -3. And they rolled a 2. Nobody drafting from the opposition, so neener. Expenses. Let's talk maintenance, because you got some crazy shit going on your side.
Yeah.
Let's see. We have a grand total of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mechs, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them are being maintained. 3 of them went to the field. That doesn't look good. That means something like 3 mechs that are not being maintained. Let me take a look and do some quick thinking here. Okay, no, I was not wrong. You have 2 mechs that are currently not being maintained. Starting with you have a Locust, a Shadowhawk, and the Highlander. And the Shadowhawk is already lightly damaged and 2 weeks unmaintained. The Locust and the Highlander are at 1 week each.
Actually, I do have the Highlanders being maintained. My new person, Kit Lowe, is assigned to that.
Oh, Kit Lowe. Okay,
Yep.
that I'll go with that because I remember adding the tech. I just don't remember them being assigned, so no
Actually,
biggie.
yeah, and the Shadowhawk has whatever his name is, Bin Taib
Bin
assigned.
Taib. Okay, give me one
Yep.
moment.
So yeah,
Lowe
the only one
is
I don't have assigned is just the Locust.
okay. 1 second, because I gotta get this added, and then I'm pretty sure I gotta shoot my cat with a squirt gun. Stop scratching at my jackets, jerk. Okay, the Shadowhawk is being maintained by Bin Taib, you said?
Yep.
Now, I have on my roster, Bin Taib is maintaining one of your Jenners.
That must be an old one because I sold that Jenner, the extra one, the one that was.
Okay, I can live with that. We just need to look up the price of a Jenner really quick. I don't remember it specifically off the top of my head. I want to say it's like 6. Oh, buy
Yeah,
the Jenner, it's 4. So, you have on your
it's
financial
more. I
record.
just wanted to get it out of there, so it wasn't like just like degrading.
Yeah.
Just
Sell JR. God damn it. What the fuck are you doing, kitty? Calm your shit. Jesus. This cat is literally. He was. I think he was about to try to climb on the back of my jacket that's hanging on the side of a wall. Shit. Okay. We do know that selling that Jenner is going to give you 4 wealth because when you bought it, it cost you 4 wealth.
Yep.
So that will clear that. Go ahead and take this out.
Yeah, because I have 8 mechs now and then 7 techs, so only the Locust is.
And then you said Ben Taib is on the Shadowhawk, correct?
Yep.
Correct. Sounds about right. And seems to work for what I have. It works the way I wanted it to. Come on, Microsoft. Work with me. Perfect. Microsoft is more or less working with me. Okay. That means now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mechs with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 techs, meaning 1 is unmaintained, the Locust. 3 get their maintenance from the field because they were in the field, which means you have to pay -3 for maintenance, and you're good to go. Other than the fact that I now need a 1d6 plus 1 roll for your Locust that you probably don't give too much of a shit about. I'm sorry. Not 1d6 plus 1. It should be 1d6 plus 2 now. Let me update the other ones appropriately. He's being maintained. Rather, it's being maintained, so they're good now. Okay, now it's a 1d6 plus 2. You rolled a 3, plus 2 is 5. Yep. On a 6 or higher, the mech degrades, so you are good to go. That was maintenance. Now let's look at salaries for your team before I go to the other team and do theirs. 2 wealth for all your greens and greens and regulars. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. -6 for salaries. Oh dear Lord. There we go. That's been updated for the Golden Suns. Now let's go take a look at the opposition. Starting with how many mechs do they have? They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mechs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All 6 are maintained. We can go ahead and cross that out now. 2 of the mechs are crippled from previous weeks. Repairs were spent, as I recall. And then, so that's going to be, what was it, 6? Oh yeah, 3 mechs that need to be maintained. Actually, 1, because 2 of the mechs are crippled. The repair costs were still made. So, -1 for that. That'll be helpful, because their repair bill is going to probably break them. I haven't even got to the salaries. All right, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 for salaries. Leaves them with 8. They're going to be selling off some mechs. There's just no other way about it. But we'll get to them in a moment. Let's talk about your mechs that need repairs. Let me double check actually if that's the right step I'm on. Yeah, repairs is right. All right, starting with your your Atlas, we have an assault mech that apparently only took fucking light damage. That's some bullshit. That's -1 there. Your Hunchback, heavy damage. Medium at heavy is 4. And your Jenner, also heavy damage. The light mech at heavy, which is 3. You have a total of -8 for repairs and -1 for medical. I'm assuming you're going to pay that.
Yep.
For the opposition, I don't know if these numbers are actually going to be input or not, but here we go. Crippled Assault Mech is probably going to fucking wipe them out. Yeah, that's 10. That's 10 right there, right off the bat. Phoenix Hawk was heavy damage. The medium with heavy, that's going to be 6. And then the Firestarter, crippled, light with crippled, which is 4. Grand total of -20 for repairs. I'm going to have to figure some shit out for them because they've already got 2 other mechs that are fucked up. And they don't have a lot of money to work with. So, and they also have -2 for medical. That has to be paid. Well, I suppose technically they don't have to pay it, but why would you leave your mech pilots injured and shit? All right, starting with the Davin Golden Suns repair bill, -8. Chump change for you.
Yep.
-1 for medical. Looking like we end up with a grand total for the week for you with 108 wealth. Let me go ahead and do the other team. Panic mode. Because we only have 8. We have to pay the 2, which leaves us with 6, which means repair the Phoenix Hawk is the only thing we can do. Phoenix Hawk or the Firestarter. Yeah, because this is gonna fucking suck. Awesome is crippled, as is the Firestarter. Phoenix Hawk will get repaired. So -6, -2. And when I get around to doing the whole holy shit, there's no fucking team here, the opposition may not have a team for next week. We'll figure that out later. Let's do some repair rolls, shall we?
Yep, ready.
All right, 1d6. Go ahead and get that bad boy copied. Starting with your Atlas, you need a 3+ and you have 4 attempts.
All right.
There it is.
First try.
Yep. Your Hunchback, you need a 4+, you have 3 attempts. There it is.
There it is.
And for your Jenner, also a 4+, 3 attempts. 1, 2, 3. Got it. You were laughing because you learned. Here we go again. The crippled Jenner.
These Jenners are always so hard to repair. They take so much damage, and these techs are putting in,
As soon as I said the word
overtime.
As soon as I said the words crippled Jenner, I'm like, that would be a great bar name in Solaris, wouldn't it? The crippled Jenner.
Yeah, it would.
All right, the only mech we are repairing for the opposition because of funding is the Phoenix Hawk. And for the Phoenix Hawk, we need to roll 1d6. We get, we need a 4+ with a total of 3 attempts. Got it on the first try. Phoenix Hawk is repaired. We're good to go there. Finally, let's see, we did repair rolls. Next up is experience points. Looks like we're good on that. So let me do the opposition first because that's quick and easy. Everybody just get, or rather the 3 pilots and the 3 techs involved in the match only get 1 XP apiece. Starting with Neil. Taking him up to 17. Ananas going up to 20 now. 20, not 2. And then Noble going up to 7. And then for the techs, we have Munslow going up to 17. We have Glass going up to 6. And then lastly, Umura going to 15. And then for your team, the Davian Golden Sons of Bitches. Sorry, I couldn't help it. It came out. Sarla gains 3 additional experience points, taking, I believe, her up to 17. Pritha gains 3 as well, taking her up to 20. And then Hernandez gains 2, taking, I believe, her up to 13. And then the techs, We have Kubovi. Where are you, Kubovi? Kubovoy, whatever. Going up to 13. We have Dunn going up to 9. And we have Alfsauer going to 14. And that should do it across the board there. Go ahead and grab the opposition so I can save it. And then experience points. And then we'll go back into Les Zoom. So let me go ahead and pull that up. Go to there. And we're back in the studio with Olaf. And Olaf is wondering why the cameras can't focus on his face. There we go. Olaf is sitting there, and he says, well, Countess, again, plenty of people have their thoughts, their comments, their opinions. But as you said earlier, it's easy to make those comments when you're at the bottom of the pile. And your team is not at the bottom of the pile. Not quite at the top. Not at the bottom. Absolutely not at the bottom. How are you feeling right now?
Well, it was a splendid victory by the team. Definitely showed what this team is capable of. And, yeah, we're not at the top, but if it wasn't for the bias of the officials, in the trios league, we definitely would be at the top. There's definitely some favoritism that's happening there, but
Now, hold on, I want to
that's a
ask.
discussion
I want
for
to ask.
another
No. We can touch on this briefly. We got a minute or two here. Hold on. You're saying there's some bias in the league of officials. The team at the top is not your hated Dragonborn. You know that, right?
Well, whoever is at the top,
it's not the Golden Suns. I think Olaf would say
Golden
that.
Sun.
I want to drive that point in that it's not the Golden Suns, but I think Olaf would just point it out and be like, "You heard me. That's it."
But I've been saying this for years that there's bias. I mean, it cost us the championship against the Spirits. And
that wasn't a bias. And in fact, Countess, I heard your team tried to do something a little bit salacious to the Spirits last week. Can you confirm or deny that? You won't because we're on public television. Don't answer that question.
I know that the official ended that playoff match against the Spirits too soon, and it cost us a chance at the championship.
The match was ended too soon because your team had clearly lost that fight. Let's be honest. Come on, Skylar. Let's be honest.
No, that match could have gone on for at least another round.
I'm being told I need to wrap this up. Skylar, again, thank you for joining us. That was a good fight, and congratulations for winning your second match in a row. And yes, Olaf did definitely just slide. Olaf definitely just slid a little barb in right under that. That's okay.
Again, another bias,
bias. Oh my gosh. All right, Skylar, we gotta go. Skylar, we gotta go. Somebody get her drink and lead her out like a carrot on a stick, please. I think it may have knocked back a drink or two of his own, but and then of course, that wraps it there. There's some sort of, closing comment about, hey, stay tuned later on. We'll have the weekly review video or show rather.
Probably Skylar, you could probably hear just off camera yelling at the
you heard the words drink.
Get your hand off me.
You hear the words drink, you hear the words bias, and you hear the word corruption at one point. I feel like that's what we hear. Just those are the only words that come in through the speaker or onto the through the mic or whatever. Roll credits and shit.
Yeah.
So Hammer, that was an unfortunate match for me. It's hard when you found God, I don't want to say you found one of a handful of magical formulas here, but you've got a team that is tough to beat. I honestly, and I've said this before, I don't remember if it was on air or not, but I will say this again. I would love to see some sort of, just like in WWE, you spend a few weeks leading up to the big climactic moment, and there's a lot of trash talking, and maybe one team will. We can't do this in Mega Meg very well. I'm sure we could arrange something, but at the end of 1 week, some team shows up and beats the shit out of the Golden Suns right at the end after they're already beat down a bit. Or maybe, vice versa, the following week against the Dragonborn or some dumb shit like that. But week 7, if I'm not mistaken, it's week 7, maybe 8, you're going to be taking on the Dragonborn. And I would love to see this storyline come to that apex and just it'll be fun to
Yeah.
see. But you and Darius might have to try to coordinate something in order to make
Yeah,
that happen.
yeah, we'll see if we can figure something out.
If you guys, listen, I'll be honest with you. If you guys
It's
come to
Skylar with
something,
the steel chair.
oh, what's that moment AP keeps talking about with fucking Undertaker and shit?
Yeah.
It's gonna be one of those moments. Yeah, no, for real though. If you and Darius bring me something, man, we'll see. I'll see what we can do to facilitate.
Yeah, it's that it seems like it, especially at the beginning of the season, it always seemed like it was a ways out there. What is it, like week 8 or something like that?
7
is
or
when we're
8, yeah.
scheduled? Yeah, so I mean, now that we're getting closer, we could probably start to build that up over the next few matches. But yeah, just
well, I think it's
definitely
really
is.
working. It's really working out because you've got the Dragonborn who have undecidedly or uncontestedly undefeated. There's no argument about their no-loss record. They're straight up 4-0. You got the Golden Suns that are, and we joke about it, or at least I am, effectively 3-0 and 1.
Yeah.
Which is still no losses. Like, nobody has actually beaten the Golden Suns. And all bullshit aside, those are the only 2 teams that are currently undefeated.
Yep.
And of course, this week we had 2. Well, I'll talk more about this when we get to the weekly recap. But we had 2 big teams, big turnarounds this week and last, and hopefully that will change the landscape for the standings. But we'll get those standings crunched out on the video shortly, and by shortly I mean within 48 hours is when I'll record it, because I have my second star stream tomorrow night, or tonight if you're watching this on the day that this video goes live. Fo, you got anything else for the viewers at home?
No, it was a great match. The 3 PPCs, if you could have kept the Atlas at range longer. I mean, I was actually a little worried when all 3 of them, when they all hit like the left torso or something.
I think it was left torso, yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's anything in the left torso. Actually, there might be some ammo in there on
I mean, that sounds like where it would be.
But I mean, the right torso is where the AC-20 is. You take that out, and the Atlas is, significantly reduced in firepower.
Oh,
and, yeah, all 3 of those hitting, the same location. I was like, oh man,
that was a really big surprise, because that was actually a concern I had with the Awesome going against an Atlas. Is you got these 3 big bolts, but what's likely to happen is you get boop 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 across the body.
Out. Yeah,
and you can't capitalize on it. And then I had that first round of boom, 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 all right in the same spot. I'm like, all right, bet, here we go. Yeah. And I wasn't able to actually get any further. I think we had, in one round, we didn't get, I don't think we had any multiple hits in the same location off of the Awesome, even with when he went down to 2 PPCs and then 1 and then done. But anyway, no, it was a good fight, other than the fact I just couldn't get any goddamn momentum. But again, it was a team that if the opponents, not so much the Golden Suns, but if the mechs were any other mechs, that fight would have been quite a bit different. But I mean, it's kind of like saying blue is different than green. Like, duh. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
But it was still a good fight.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna end this up. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed the show. We've got plenty more action coming up. We've still got another 5, 6, 7, 6 weeks of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 weeks of regular season, followed by, I believe, 3 weeks of postseason play. So stick around. We've got plenty more content coming for this season alone. We've also got oh god, brain shut down on me. Second Star on Wednesdays. We've got intermittently, and if I can get something to actually frickin' work and stick to the damn wall, we've got Omaha's Raiders Prelude to Chaos. Episode 2 is out this morning, by the way. Check it out. You kind of see me fumbling around in there, but this time I did a kind of a walkthrough of all the settings that I'm using. So if you want to try to figure some of that stuff out too, maybe that'll be helpful, maybe not. We'll see. I might be switching to going to a more stable version though, because I'm having problems with Megamech and streaming, and I don't know if it's Megamech or if it's both. What else do we got? We got Solasta coming, but that won't be for another week and a half or so, and then intermittent streaming along the way. So stick around, my friends. If you enjoyed the show, hit all the buttons, like, subscribe, whatever, comments. Whatever it is YouTubers say. I don't really do all that shit too much. But more importantly, and honestly, truly more important to me, if you enjoy the show and you want to hang out, come down to the Discord. The link is in the description, and come say hi to this guy too, because you know he's out here kicking my ass almost every week so far. Actually, he is kicking my ass every week. I just got one good week where I managed to give him exactly what he gave me. So, but yeah, the rest of my players are doing well too. So you check in with them, hang out with us. We're a little bit off our rockers, but we're mostly okay. Mostly at night. I don't know. We're gonna get out of here. Have a good one, my friends. Stay safe. We'll see you again next time.